Hey, this is probably the penultimate tutorial of this series because we have the entire character finished. In this video, I'm just going to be showing you how to pose the character using the rig and create nice poses, and even using them for animations because this series is about creating a character for animations. I'm not going to be able you I'm not gonna be able to teach you how to animate because I'm not a professional and I don't understand about animation enough to teach others, so I'm sorry about this part. But I'm gonna be teaching you how to move and pose the character using the rig that we've created. So let's start. Here I have the character, so I'm gonna be selecting the rig and I'm gonna be pressing Ctrl Tab to go into the pose mode so that we can select one bone and move them around and rotate. I'm gonna be creating a simple pose, but you can pretty much create any poses. You just have to imagine it and pose the bones around. So I'm gonna be selecting the bone of the foot, and I have this little option here turned on, so everything that I do on this side is going to be appearing on the other side too. I'm gonna be moving this around to the side like this and rotating on Z. And I'm gonna be selecting this yellow box here in this hand. And I'm gonna be seeing the side view and move it a bit up like this. I'm gonna select this little arc here and I'm gonna be moving a bit to the front like this. This is gonna be a really simple pose, but you can do any pose you want. Just get references if you want, or just try to do anything by yourself. I'm gonna rotate this a bit, and this little bone here, which is gonna be controlling all the fingers too, I'm gonna rotate just a bit. I'm gonna see from the side view, rotate it too. I'm gonna select the bone of the thumb and rotate it too. Scale it down, so when we scale it, the bone is gonna be bending and then closing the finger, of course. Front view, rotate. I'm gonna select the entire hand, just this bone, which is gonna be controlling the entire hand. I'm gonna rotate and move a bit closer to the body. This is gonna be a rest pose, so it's gonna be something simple, as I said. I'm gonna see from the side view, move it around. And I want him to be kind of relaxed, not thinking about many things, just lost in his mind and standing straight. So I'm gonna be moving these bones around like this. I'm gonna set the bone of the shoulder and move a bit like this, and a bit to the back, just a bit. And the face is gonna be something kind of relaxed too, so I want him to be looking to that side. And the mouth is closed, but if you press Alt R, it's gonna be just a normal pose of the bone. But I'm gonna be closing it just a bit on X axis, like this. Just rotate it. It's the jawbone. I'm gonna select this part here of the lip and move them a bit up like this, and a bit inside so that we can have a nice format. I usually do this for my characters. And I'm gonna be selecting this bone here and the teeth bones too. I'm gonna move them a bit up and rotate just a bit like this. This is gonna be enough. I'm gonna be selecting this bone of the eyebrow, moving them up, and same thing for this bone here, which is gonna be the other tip of the eyebrow. Move it up. The eyelids, I'm gonna be moving them just a bit too, like this. I think you can imagine how is the entire process of posing a character. You just have to know what pose you want and then pick the bones and move them around and rotate. In my case, I want something super simple. He's just stand straight without thinking about anything. And it's just that if I wanted a more sassy pose, I could make a funnier face expression, but it's gonna be just something simple. From the front view, I'm gonna select this arc of the waist, rotate a bit like this, and same thing for this arc up here, but to the opposite side like this. I'm gonna see from the side view, move it a bit to the front, and I'm gonna select the bone of the head and move it a bit to the side to the direction that he's looking at. I'm gonna hide this option here. And this is the rest pose. It's just something super simple, just to show you how it works to pose a character using the rig. Having that said, you can make pretty much any poses. You can make your character sitting, laying on the ground, laying on a bed, sitting on the ground, running, walking, anything, literally anything. And that's basically all. And that is all for this video. In the next video, I'm going to be teaching you how to render this image that we've just created, because we created a pose, but we need to render it so we can have an image and even an animation. Speaking about animations, the character that I taught you how to create is focused on animations in Blender, but I'm not going to be able to teach you how to animate. I'm not a professional and I don't understand animation enough to teach someone, so I'm sorry about this part. But I taught you how to pose around and, well, you can have a nice pose with your character and take a photo of it. And that's what we're going to be doing in the next video. We're going to be rendering a photo of the character with a nice pose. And besides that, I'm going to be teaching you some other cool stuff about some other settings and things that are going to be making your renders better. So make sure to subscribe so you're not going to be missing this next video, which is also going to be the last video. And like this video. If you had any doubts, you can comment down here. And also, thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video, which is going to be the last one. Bye!